my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Guranga ki jai. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining today. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada. This is Preeti Vilasini Devi Dasi from Atlanta. Mataji wants to start exactly on time, so I will press the record right now and you can start reading Prabhupada's quote, Mataji.
Okay. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. I would like to start by sharing a quote by Srila Prabhupada ji. Krishna can change anything. Therefore, we worship him as the greatest scientist. If a man knows swimming, he can stay up. So if a man has this much power, what to speak of God? So we see that Ramchandra has the art how to make stones float. It is a question of knowing the art. Art means the display of intellectual energy. Everywhere we can see the intelligence in everything. So the Lord knows the art of everything. So he can change anything we cannot. Letter to Rupanagar, May 3rd, 1972. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Good morning, dear devotees. I welcome you all to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have our Grace Kirtida Sundari Mataji. Mataji will be enlightening us on the topic of Madhurya Kadambini, session 14. Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Kirtida Sundari Mataji. Thank you for giving your valuable time and wonderful association this morning. Please take over the call, Mataji. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Guranga ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Shivani Mataji, for your warm welcome. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Please accept my most humble obeisances. My glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for your very, very kind association. So we will start with our Mangalacharan and then we'll quickly start. Sorry, I want to start today exactly at 11. So because today's class may go a little longer, I'll try to shorten it as much as possible. But it may go a little longer. So we want to start exactly at 11. So we'll start with our Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Patakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Nishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha पतितानां भावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः आनंद लीलामय विग्रहाय हेमावदिव्य छवि सुंदराय तस्मै महाप्रेम रस प्रदाय चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते मुखं करोति वाचालं भङ्गुं लिङ्गायते गिरिं यत्कृपहातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्येश्वरम् Krishna, so we'll recite Mangalacharan for Madhurya Kadambini. हृत्पप्रे नवभक्तिशस्य वितते Sanjeevani Swagama Rambhe Kamatapatuta Hadamani Vishwapagolasini Duran me Marushakino Pisarisi Dhava Bhuyat Prabhu Shri Chaitanya Kripa Nirankush Maha Madhurya Kadambini. Jai Krishna, dear devotees, thank you once again for your very, very kind association. And please, I bow down to each and every one of you to please shower your heartfelt prayers, blessings, wishes, so that I can speak something relevant to this most esoteric subject matter. Madhurya Kadambini itself is a very esoteric subject matter, and on top of that, today what we will be discussing, the last two stages of Bhava Bhakti and Prema Bhakti, definitely is beyond my scope. But I'll make an humble attempt by just referring to what our Acharyas have said. So please bless me and please forgive me if I speak something which is not pleasing to your ears. So in advance, I want to ask forgiveness from all of you. Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu vayevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, all the assembled Vaishnavas ki jai. So we are in the Madhurya Kadambini, we are in the 7th Vrishti, that is the 7th shower of nectar, which is the flow of divine rapture, that is Bhava Bhakti. So we have already discussed that this entire our journey from Shraddha to Prema. So from Shraddha it starts and it goes to Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, and Artha Nivritti. Then Nishtha, Ruchi and Asakti. Till Asakti, it is still the stage of sadhana, where a sadhak can perform certain sadhana and can come on to the level of Asakti. Of course, by the mercy of Sri Guru and Sri Krishna. But after that, the Bhava Bhakti is totally on Lord Sri Krishna, that a sadhaka is bestowed upon. Okay, so it's no more a sadhana procedure, but it's something that comes on its own, that manifests on its own. So bhav, and then we have prema. So bhav is something which is also known as rati. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Srila Prabhupada, has used this word rati. Not only Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, but our Srila Rupa Goswami has also used the rati word as a synonym to bhava. And our dear Srila Prabhupada has followed in the footsteps of these acharyas. So we have covered almost half of it. So I'll just quickly recap it, and then we'll continue where we were supposed to start today. So in Bhava Bhakti, we saw that it has Swarup Lakshana and it has Tatastha Lakshana. Swarup Lakshana was that a devotee who is on a Bhava Bhakti gets situated in Satchidananda form and can understand Krishna's Satchidananda form and can also understand his own Satchidananda form. And Tatastha Lakshana was that it's just a ray of the sun of Prema. That when somebody matures in Bhava Bhakti, it's the Prema, the ray of Prema comes in. Okay. And of course, it softens the heart by various tastes. That's another Tatastha Lakshana. How to attain Sarup Shakti? We have mentioned that it's a self-manifesting state and it cannot be practiced by devotional practice. But then the role of devotional practices like Shravan and Kirtana actually purifies the heart in which this bhava is manifested. I'm seeing a chat message. Volume is low. Oh, volume is low. For everybody, the volume is low?
No, Mataji can hear you. We can hear you properly. Very good, loudly.
Thank you, Mataji. So maybe Nitya Narasimha Prabhu, you can check it at your end. So then we went for characteristics of bhava. And in that, we mentioned that there are 6 characteristics of pure devotional service. So Kleshagni and Shubhada were there. The 2 leaves of Shubhada and Kleshagni sprout as soon as the bhakti seed is sown in the heart of a sadhaka. So many leaves grows on and on. Finally, the flower comes in. On that creeper, on that bhakti creeper, the flower comes in, and the outer luster of the flower is moksha lagunakrit. The outer is sudurlabha and the moksha lagunakrit, where a bhava bhakta rejects all the dharma, artha, kama, moksha, and situate oneself only in the service of the Supreme Lord. And so durlabha means it is very rarely attained. Krishna himself doesn't want to give this bhava bhakti to everyone, because Krishna has to become subservient to that devotee. And Krishna doesn't want to become subservient so easily. But once he becomes, he follows. And then we saw that how there is another feature of a bhava bhakti is Ratir Ananda Swarupa, where there is a sprout of sthai bhav. So actually the sthai bhav comes in prema, but it's a sun ray. The ray falls in the bhava bhakti platform, and that is what there is a sprout of sthai bhav. But otherwise, there are different sanchari bhavas, or vyabhachari bhavas, or transitory ecstatic emotions that comes in the level of bhava bhakti. And then we saw that who is a sadhaka. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he explains that actually living or a person can be known as sadhaka only if somebody is on the level of bhava bhakti. So we can say that we are doing this sadhana. Why can't we be called as sadhaka? We are not on the level of sadhaka. Rather, we can say we are aspiring to be a sadhaka. So till the time we are in the process of our sadhana, we are aspiring to be a sadhana, to be a sadhak. Even that sadhak can be on the stage of asakti. One cannot claim oneself to be on the level of sadhaka. And then we saw that how another characteristics is about Dhruvanusmriti. So we saw there are 8 dashas, Shravan dasha, Varan dasha, Smaran dasha, and then comes Dhruvanusmriti, where the meditation of a sadhaka expands and becomes constant and start experiencing those sanchari bhavas. And finally, is the Samadhi and Sampati dasha that will manifest in the next level, that is prema. Then we saw the symptoms of Jatarati Bhaktas, those Bhaktas who are on this platform of Rati and the platform of Bhava. And we saw that there are so many, 9 symptoms that is being given by Srila Rupa Goswami. Shantir avyartha kalatam viraktir manashunyata asha bandha samutkantha nam gane sadaruchi asakti stad gunakhyane priti stad vasati sthale iti adyo anubhavasyur jata bhavankure jane. So this is the ankurs. These are the symptoms that sprouts in the heart of a sadhaka who is on the level of bhava, Jatarati Bhaktas. So in the previous slide, we saw that there are some sanchari bhavas, some vyabhachari bhavas are there, but they are not all in all. The real symptoms of Jatarati Bhaktas are being described here by Srila Rupa Goswami. So here we ended last time, but now the point comes. Last week we ended here where we discussed these 9 symptoms. So we'll continue from here. So all these things, all these symptoms, before that we discussed about the sanchari bhavas, right? And in sanchari bhavas, we saw that oh Krishna. So yeah, here we saw the sanchari bhavas, that is moroseness, humility, guilt, fatigue, jubilation, fierceness, anger. So many sanchari bhavas comes in. But as it has been mentioned as one of the characteristics was that the it softened the hearts. This is one of the tatastha lakshana of bhava, that it softens the heart of a devotee. Now, this softening of heart, what is this softening of heart? So this softening of heart can not only be in the sadhaka who is on the level of bhava, but this softening of heart, the symptoms of softening of heart can also appear in the jnanis, in the karmis, those who are desiring for liberation and sense enjoyment. Yeah, thank you. So these softening, the symptoms of softening of heart can appear in the heart of jnanis and karmis also. So it's not only for the bhaktas, but it can be for the karmis and jnanis. Now, this superficial appearance that a person may show or devotee can show is actually known as ratyabhas, where we are supposed to start. It's ratya abhas. It's not rati as such. Rati is bhava. But sometimes devotees show some symptoms of softening of heart. But that cannot be because that sadhaka is on the level of bhava. It can be for a sadhaka who is pretending to be on bhava. It's a ratya abhas, mere semblance of rati. Like we say nama abhas, right? So we have nama aparad, we have nama abhas, and then we have shuddha nam. Similarly, it can be just a semblance of rati. It's not actually rati. We can say that the devotee's sadhaka is on the level of bhava. Like, for example, shedding of tears, hair standing on end. All these symptoms are because the heart has become very soft, right? Because of the taste. Now the heart has become very soft, and therefore these symptoms naturally appear in the heart of a sadhaka. But these symptoms can be seen in the heart of others. So therefore, just by determining or seeing these symptoms, one cannot come to the conclusion that a sadhaka is on the level of bhava. Okay, so this is known as what is called as ratya abhas, that is the mere semblance of rati. So there are two types of ratya abhas. We have pratibimba, and then we have chaya abhas, chaya rati abhas. So pratibimba rati abhas is the reflection of the semblance of rati, the semblance of bhav. When sometimes such as shedding tears and horripilations are observed in persons who desire material enjoyment and liberation, such symptoms are said to be as pratibimba. Okay, that is a pratibimba. Pratibimba is what you see in a mirror. So when there is a mirror, you see your image in the mirror. So what you see in the mirror is you only, right? But it is temporary. You come in front of a mirror, you see, and you move. So that is known as pratibimba, right? So this is known as pratibimba ratyabhas. If somebody who is not on the level of bhakta is a karmi and a jnani, desiring liberation and sense enjoyment, but still his heart has become soft. His heart has not become softened. Rather, the symptoms of shedding tears and horripilations and hair standing on end, all these symptoms are coming. So it is not rati, rather it is ratya abhas, which is also pratibimba ratya abhas, which is not accepted. Next is chaya rati abhas, a shadow. A shadow is one that will never leave you, right? So this is better than pratibimba ratyabhas. Chaya ratyabhas is a shadow of the semblance of rati. This is also a semblance of rati, but it is a shadow. First one is reflection, another one is shadow. Now, if one who is very ignorant, but developed these symptoms due to the association with the devotees, if somebody gets these symptoms of shedding tears and horripilation but it is coming due to the association of devotees, then one should understand that he is getting a symptoms of Chaya Rati Abhyas. It is not Rati, it is Chaya Rati Abhas. Okay? This has to be very clear. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur makes it very clear so that we don't think that somebody, like, I'll give you an example, that during Prabhupada time also, there was, when Prabhupada was in New York, and it was in that our gift shop, the Matchless gift shop, right? The Matchless point where Prabhupada started his first lecturing to the Westerners. There, Prabhupada was not there, but some devotees were there, and devotees were simply dancing and doing some kirtan. So there was one person who came and he started rolling on the ground. And the devotees, they were very new. They don't know anything about Krishna consciousness. And they thought, wow, this person has so much love for holy name that just hearing the holy name, now he's rolling on the ground. So they immediately called Prabhupada that there is some devotee who is doing this, and as if some pure devotee has come in. So Prabhupada was not there. They called Prabhupada, and Prabhupada told, just kick him. Kick him. So the moment you will kick him, if he is really on this level of understanding kirtan, and if that rolling on ground is really coming from his heart, he will not feel bad. But just kick him. One of you can kick him and see what's the result is. See how he responds to the situation. And really, one devotee kicks him with his leg, with his foot, and that devotee got really angry, really angry. And he said, what are you doing? I was enjoying kirtan, and what are you doing? And he just walked out. So that's what Prabhupada said, that some people, they show off. They show off, so you should not regard. Of course, they don't fall under the category of Pratibimba Abhas or Chayarati Abhas. But I'm just giving an example that why Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur needs to bring these points is so that we can be very careful of such pretenders. Okay, if somebody is simply showing off, we have to be very careful. Sometimes tears also comes in some devotees also, we see they are shedding tears. We have to be very careful. Those tears are really for because they are feeling separation from Krishna, or because their internal life is such a mess that while doing these devotional practices, they are thinking that, oh Krishna, somehow please relieve me from these struggles. And because of that, the tears are coming out. So there could be many reasons. So therefore, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that these symptoms of tears and haripalation may not be observed in devotees. Sometimes these symptoms are not observed in the devotee's heart. Those who are really on that Ratyabhas, on the level of Rati, there are some devotees who are on the level of Rati, but still you don't see those symptoms. Though Rati has already awakened within them because of the softening of the heart, and that is the actual root symptom of Rati. So softening of the heart is actually the root symptom of Rati. Therefore, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that just having these external symptoms of shedding tears, haripalation, hair standing on head, cannot categorize someone to be on the level of Bhava Bhakti. So the real symptom is the softening of the heart, or you can say those symptoms that we have seen previously. That is Shantir Avyartha Kalatam, Nam Gane Sadaruchi. All these things are the real symptoms. Extra, if somebody, because of the softening of heart, start shedding some tears or has experienced some horripilation, these are the extra symptoms, you can say. But based on this, you cannot categorize someone who is on the level of Bhava Bhakti. Hope I'm able to make some sense. This is what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says. Then he continues and he says that actually Bhava is of two types. So we know that even sadhana is of two types. What are the two types of sadhana? The two types of sadhana is our Vaidhi Bhakti and Raganuga Bhakti, right? So just like we have sadhana, similarly Bhava is also two types. So sadhana bhakti is ardent spontaneous devotion, that is Raga Bhakti, and regulative devotion, that is Vaidhi Bhakti. Raga Bhakti, what is there in Raga Bhakti? Raga Bhakti is filled with lobha, with greed. Greed for what? Doing Krishna's service, practicing devotional services. That's the only greed. And whereas in Vaidhi Bhakti, it is impelled by the instructions that are there in the scriptures. Shastra Shashanamai. But it is Raga Bhakti is Lobhamai and Vaidhi Bhakti is Shastra Shasanamai. Similarly, Bhava Bhakti, because it's altogether a different section. In the very start of the class, we mentioned, right? Up till Asakti, it's Sadhana Bhakti. After that, it's a Bhava Bhakti. Then comes the Prema Bhakti. So it's altogether a different section. So just like Sadhana Bhakti is of two types, even the Bhava Bhakti can also be of two types. That's what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says. One is awakened by spontaneous devotion, that is Raga Bhakti, and another is awakened by regulative devotion, that is Vaidhi Bhakti. Now, what happens in Vaidhi Bhakti? In Vaidhi Bhakti, the practitioner who is on the level of Bhava, he regards Bhagwan as the supreme controller. So he is cognizant of Krishna to be the supreme controller. And thus, he develops a mood of awe and reverence. Naturally, if you know somebody is great, then there is a natural flow of awe and reverence. That is respect. He is therefore unable to relish Bhagwan as an unobstructed manner. And any feeling of possessiveness, mamata, such a devotee has for Sri Hari are impeded by knowledge of his divine majesty. So even if the person may be on some intimate relationship with the Lord, but still that Aishwarya Bhav, that Aishwarya Gyan of the Supreme Lord merges into his Madhurya Bhav. For example, Arjun. Arjun is on this Sakhya Bhav, we all know. But there is a difference between Arjun being on Sakhya Bhav and Madhumangal or Sridham on being a Sakhya Bhav. Arjun was influenced by the Aishwarya Shakti of the Supreme Lord in battlefield of Kurukshetra. Arjun was influenced because when he came to know that when Krishna was saying Ma, Ma, Mat Para, so Arjun was influenced, especially after seeing that universal form of the Supreme Lord. So that opulence of the Lord, that Aishwarya of the Supreme Lord, covered that Sakhya Bhav of Arjun. Right? Whereas the Madhumangal and Sridham, we see that after Govardhan pastime, when Indra was there, practically these boys saw that so many demigods have come and they're offering prayers. They're offering prayers to Krishna. Even after that Damodar Leela, we see when Nalakuvera and Manigrava, they were trees. And when they were uprooted, the two beings came in and they started offering prayers. So these boys saw all this, but still they think, oh, okay, maybe they are offering, but the point of Krishna being the Supreme Lord never came in their Sakhya Bhav. That Aishwarya Gyan was never able to come in their relationship with the Supreme Lord in Sakhya Bhav. So in Vaidhi Bhakti, they are cognizant that the Supreme Lord is the Supreme Controller. Whereas in Raga Bhakti, knowledge that Sri Krishna is the Supreme Controller does not arise in the devotee. Hoga Bhagwan, but mera putra hai. He may be Lord, but right now he is my son. He may be a Lord, but right now he is my friend. So as a result, the devotee's affection for him is devoid of feelings of awe and reverence. There is no awe and reverence. There is just a relationship that is built up. Okay. So in terms of quality and magnitude, bhava awakened by Raga Bhakti is definitely far, far superior to the second type of bhava, which is awakened by the practice of Vaidhi Bhakti. Now, we see that there are different categories. There are different categories of this rati. So just for example, if we have a juice of mango, or we have a juice of jackfruit, or we have sugarcane juice, or we have grape juice. Juice is juice, right? But there is a difference in density. There is a difference in the sweetness. Similarly, there are difference in the sweetness in the bhava level also. The devotees relishing different moods, they are basically of 5 types. We know this. We know this Shanta, Dasya, Vatsalya, Madhurya, and Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. Now, these what we have heard is just Shanta Rasa, Dasya Rasa, Sakhya Rasa. Before it becomes Rasa, there is a Rati, there is an emotion that is developed in the heart of a sadhaka. So the sadhaka has, Shantarati, or Dasya Bhaktas will have Dasyarati or Preeti towards the Supreme Lord. Sakhya Bhaktas will have Sakhyarati. Fathers and mothers, they will have Vatsalya Rati, parental love. And Priyasi Bhav Bhaktas will have Priyasi Rati, Priyata Rati, that is Madhurya Bhav. But right now, it has not come into the level of Rasa. It is still on the level of Rati. Okay. So this is very important. In Bhava Bhakti stage, there are the same categories, but these categories are just in the form of Rati. Means there are some emotions that are coming related to a particular kind of rasa, but it has not matured in full rasa in the stage of Bhava Bhakti. We'll see that. So in categories of Bhava, we have Shantera Bhava, we have Dasyera Bhav, again Rati or Bhav, you can use either way. So it's Shantera Bhav or Shantera Rati. Then we have Dasya Bhav or Dasya Rati. Then we have parental Bhav or parental Rati. Then we have Sakhya, that is friendship. And finally, we have Madhurya. So they are all Rati. So now this is all from Chaitanya Charitamrita, which Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also himself has quoted from Chaitanya Charitamrita only. So it says, Santere Swabhava Krishna Mamata Gandhahina Param Brahma Paramatma Jnana Pravina. So what happens in Shanta Rati? In Shantera Bhav, not Ras. I'm just talking about Rati right now. So in Shantera Bhav, what happens? Krishna Mamata Gandhahina. That means the possessiveness towards Krishna or the intimacy towards Krishna is basically not present. That mamta gandhahina means uski smell bhi nahi aati. Gandha means the smell. Even the smell of intimacy or mamata or possessiveness towards Krishna is not there in Shantarati. Then what is there? Param Brahma Paramatma Jnana Pravina. Then what is predominant? The prominence. Pravina means prominence. The prominence is that of Krishna is the Supreme Lord. He is Param Brahma, he is Paramatma. That knowledge of Krishna is predominant in this Shantera Bhav. So Shanta Bhav, or the mood of neutrality, devotees of this first type have nishtha only in the Surup of Bhagwan. And what is the Surup of Bhagwan? That he is the controller, he is the maintainer, he is the proprietor, he is Param Brahma, and he is the Paramatma, the super soul residing in every living entity's heart. Okay, this is the category of Bhava in Shante Raswabhav. Now, we comes to Dasya Bhav. So in Dasya Bhav, it is being mentioned, Kevala Swarupa Jnana Haya Shanta Rase Purna Aishwarya Prabhu Jnana Adhika Haya Dase Ishwara Jnana Sambhrama Gaurava Prachura Seva Kare Krishna Sukha Dena Nirantara Shantera Guna Dase Ache Adhika Sevana Ata eva dase rasera e dui guna. So what is there? He says kevala swarup gyan. Just the constitutional position of oneself, haya shantarasa, is there in Shantarati. But Purna Aishwarya's Prabhu Gyan is adhik in Dasyarati. So In Shantarati, yes, there is the cognizance of awareness of that, yes, Krishna is the Supreme Lord. But that is also not onto the highest level. Rather, in Dasya Bhav, when one is raised on to the level of Dasya Bhav, he better understands the mood of the Supreme Lord, or the opulence of the Supreme Lord, or the supremacy of the Supreme Lord. In Dasya Bhav, it is to an extent, to an extreme, because he knows that he is my Supreme Lord, my proprietor, my master, my controller. So Ishvara Gyan Sambrama Gaurava Prachur. In Prachur again means in abundance. In abundance, there is awe and reverence about the knowledge of the Supreme Controller. So therefore, Dasya Bhakta, what he will do? Seva Kari, Krishna Sukha Dena Nirantar. So he will only serve Krishna and he will give happiness to Krishna by constantly serving Krishna in the mood of awe and reverence. That is how the Dasya Rati flows in the Bhava Bhakti. Shantera Guna Dasya Ache Adhika Sevana. So on this platform of Shantarati, this servitude, the nature of servitude is there. In Shantarasi, that servitude nature is not there. But in this Dasyarati, this service, the mode of service is added. So in Dasyarati, it says, Ataiva Dasyarata ei dui guna. So Dasyarasa will have the qualities of Shantarasa. I'm sorry, what's happening? In Dasyarati, it has the qualities of Shantarati also as well as Dasyarati also. Means those who are on Dasyarati will have the qualities of both, of Shanta as well as now what is added? Service is added. Awe and reverence is there in Shantarati. Awe and reverence is there in Dasyarati. What external thing is being added is the mood of service. Right? The mode of service is added, and therefore in Dasyarati, both the qualities are there. Shanta also and Dasya also. In Dasya, both are there, Shanta and Dasya. Shantera guna dasya aiche adhika sevana ataiva dasya rasera dui guna. Both the things are there. So in Dasya Bhav, the mood of servitorship, devotees of the second type regard Param Brahma Shri Krishna, who is replete with 6 opulences, as their Lord. Master-servant relationship is developed. Now comes Sakhya. So Shantera Guna Dasyara Sevana Sakhya Dui Hai. In Sakhya Rati, in Sakhya Bhav, Shantera Guna, Shantarati as well as Dasyarati, they both are present on the platform of Sakhya Bhav. Dasyara Sambramama Gaurava Seva Sakhya Vishwasamaya. So now a person who is on the platform of friendship, he has the qualities of Dasya Rasa also, but what is added? The confidence of friendship, that he is my friend. Of course, he may know about that he is the Supreme Lord, but still he has that confidence of fraternity instead of awe and reverence. So awe and reverence is not there. Now what is added is the confidence of Sakhya Bhav, the friendship. Then what he does? Kandhe chadaya, kare krida rana, Krishna seve Krishna karaya, apana sevana. So in Dasya Bhav, he is just serving Krishna and giving pleasure to Krishna. In this Bhav, in this friendship Bhav, service is there. Service is there. Krishna is also getting pleased. But now what is happening? In this Kandhe Chade, Kandheya Chadai. On this Sakhya Bhav platform, devotee sometimes offers his service by going up on the shoulder of Krishna and sometimes take Krishna on his own shoulders. So there is a service But this service is even going on top of Krishna. So in wrestling match, when we see in Canto 10th, in Srimad Bhagavatam, this is mentioned that when there is a wrestling match and if they put this condition, the Sakhas, they put this condition that whosoever will lose will have to carry the loser on their back. So sometimes Krishna also loses. So the other friends, Krishna has to carry them on his back. So sometimes Kandhe Chade, they go on the top of the shoulders of Krishna, and sometimes they carry Krishna also because sometimes Krishna wins. So this is how they serve. This is how they serve Krishna. Service is there, but this is how they serve. So then it says, Vishramba Pradhana Sakhya. On the platform of fraternity, on this platform of Sakhya Bhav, what is predominant? Dasi is not predominant. But the prominence is of one's friendship. Oh, I am a friend of Krishna. But Gaura Sambramana Hina. But there is a Hina. Hina means it is without awe and reverence. How can you jump on somebody's back if you know that a person is great? You don't know that person is great. There is forgetfulness of Krishna's supremacy in Sakhya Bhav. And therefore, this Sakhya Bhav is predominant in this Rati. And therefore, this Sakhya, he's saying, Ataiva Sakhya Rasa Tina Guna China. So, this Sakhya has all three. They have Shantarati also, they have Dasyarati also, because they are serving Krishna. Whatever they are doing, it's for the pleasure of Krishna. But what is missing is awe and reverence is missing. And what is predominant? The predominant of Sakhyarati is predominant, that he is my friend. He is my friend. So it has qualities of all the three rasas. Then it says, Mamata Adhika Krishna, Atma Samagyan, Ataiva Sakhya Rase Vasa Bhagavan. So on this platform of Sakhya Rasa, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is controlled by the devotees. Krishna Atma Samagyan. There is an equality between the Sakhas and Krishna. But at the same time, Krishna is controlled by the devotees who are intimate with him and who themselves considers to be equal with them, with Krishna. So in Sakhya Bhav, there is no that Krishna, you are great and I am not. It's an equality. Friendship happens only in equality. There is an equal relationship. But Krishna, being the Supreme Lord, is controlled by the devotees. Sometimes Sakha will say, it will be night time and Mother Yashoda will be calling, Krishna, come back, you have to come back. It's evening, you have to come, you have to take bath, you have to sleep. And Krishna is busy playing with his friends. And Krishna will say, oh, my mother is calling, I have to leave. And the boys will say, oh, Krishna, you are losing this game and therefore you want to run away. That's why you are making all these excuses. No, you have to finish this game, only then you can go. But then Krishna is in this situation where he has to listen to his mother and go back home, and he also has to listen to the friends because they will not let him play the next day if he runs away like this. So Krishna goes back to the friends and say, okay, let me finish the game. And again, Mother Yashoda will call. So this way, Krishna is controlled by the devotees in Sakhya Bhav. So Sakhya Bhav, the mood of friendship, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that devotees with an aspiration for this third type of bhav regard Krishna as their friend. They are devoid, right? Gaurava Sambrama Hina. They are devoid of the mood of awe and reverence, in which one thinks Krishna is my superior and he is worshipable. They don't think this. They have equal relationship with Krishna. Okay. So this is the Sakhya Bhav. Now comes Vatsalya. So Vatsalya Shantera Guna Dasira Sevana Sai Sevanara Iha Nama Palana. So what happened in this? It's been mentioned. This is 226. So Vatsalya Shantera Guna Dasira Sevana Sai Sevanara Iha Nama Palana. What happens on this level of parental love? The qualities of all three, that is Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, they are there, but they are transformed. Of course, service is there, but now they are transformed in the form of service that is known as Palana. And that happens only in elderly gopis, Mother Yashoda, Nand Maharaj, Mother Devaki, Vasudev Maharaj. These are all, they happen because now the mood has changed. The mood is not of equality. You do this, I'll do this. I am on your shoulders, you can be on my shoulders. In this, it is the mood is maintained by palana or maintenance. That if I don't feed my Krishna will starve. If I don't give bath to Krishna, Krishna will look dirty. So there is a feeling of maintenance towards Lord Shri Krishna. So of course, the qualities of Shantarasa or Shantarati, Dasyarati and Sakhyarati is there. But it is transformed into a service known as Palana. Sakhira Guna Asankocha Agauraveshara Mamata Adhike Tadana Bhritsana Vyavara. So what happens, Krishna? So what happens in Sakhya? In Vatsalya, Sakhira Guna, there is an essence of friendship because friendship means little bit of intimacy. So even the parents can be intimate towards their children. So that Sakhira Guna, that love of intimacy is there. But the formality of awe and reverence is no more. Mamata adhik. Now, what is predominant is the greater intimacy that I can chastise or rebuke. Tadana bhatsana vyavara. The feeling, the behavior of even chastisement or rebuking comes in this Vatsalya Bhav. We see that how Mother Yashoda takes a stick and runs behind Krishna when he makes the entire mess in the home. Apanare palaka jnana, Krishna palya jnana, chari gune vatsalya rasa amrita samana. So on the platform of parental love, the devotees consider himself to be the Lord's maintainer. See, in Sakhya Bhav, there is still that Krishna is going to protect. When the boys were running in the big cave of Aghasur's mouth, they were very confident that if something happens, because they were hesitant to go because they have never seen that big cave in Vrindavan. So they were hesitant, but they were confident that Krishna will protect or Krishna will take care. But in Vatsalya, it's one step ahead, where the devotee thinks that actually I am the one who is going to maintain the Lord. So the Lord becomes an object of maintenance, like son. And therefore, it is being mentioned that Chari Gune Vatsalya Rasa Amrita Saman. In this, all the four, that is Shanta Rati, Dasya Rati, Sakhya Rati, and Vatsalya Rati, all four are there, and therefore it is known as Amrita Saman. It's a pure nectar. So Vatsalya Bhav, devotees of the fourth type, consider Lord Krishna to be the object of their tender care and nurturance. They regard him as their child and maintain a feeling of extreme possessiveness, mamata adhik, extreme possessiveness for him. Now comes the Ujjala Rasa or Madhurya Rasa. Madhurya Rasa Krishna Nishtha Seva Asi Atishaya Sakhera Asankocha Lala Na Mamata Adhikhaya Kanta Bhave Nijanga Diya Karena Sevana Ataiva Madhura Rase Haya Panchaguna Akashadi Guna Yena Parapuri Bhute Eka Dui Tina Chari Krame Pancha Prithvite E Mata Madhur Sabha Bhava Samahara Ataiva Aswadhike Kare Chamatkara. So what happens in Madhurya Rati? It says is Madhura Rasa Krishna Nishtha Seva Atishaya Sakhera Ashankocha Lalana Mamata Adhikahaya. On this platform of Madhurya Rasa or conjugal love or Ujjwal Rasa, attachment for Krishna, that Mamata, rendering service unto him, or relaxed feeling of intimacy that is seen in Sakhya, they all, and of course, and the feelings of maintenance, they all increase in intimacy. So in Madhurya Rati, what happens? All five are there. All five are there. Four definitely, like Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, and what do you say? Vatsalya. They are there. But all that intimacy becomes Guda, becomes condensed. It increases in Madhurya. In Madhurya also, they render service for the pleasure of Krishna, having that intimate relationship with Krishna, also sometimes rebuking Krishna. But all this is on to the increased level of intimacy. Okay. Kanta bhave, nijanga diya, karina sevana, ataiva madhura rasahai panchagana. On this platform of conjugal love, the devotees offer themselves, their body also, in the service of the Lord. So Krishna, everything is done for the pleasure of Krishna. Krishna is always in the center. But all the other types of ratis or the other types of emotions and sentiments are also added in this, what's in this Madhurya bhav, in this conjugal bhav. So all four are there in Madhurya. Just like now, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is giving the example, Akashadi guna yena para bhute, eka dui tina chari krama pancha prithvite. That all the material qualities we see, that there is an evolution. When the creation happens, one quality is developed, then two qualities, then three qualities. Like we see the form of touch. I'm not going to the creation aspect, but there is a touch, there is a form, there is a taste, there is everything. Like all these other qualities, they all are in the quality of sound, ether. So just like ether or the sound, I'm so sorry, just like the earth has all the qualities. Sound, ether will have only sound. Fire will have both sound as well as the form. The water will have, these two also will have taste. Air will have all the above. Similarly, the earth will have all the five qualities. So just like all the five material elements are there in the earth, and earth is the grossest, similarly it says, E mata madhura sabha bhava samahar. Therefore, this feeling of conjugal love that the devotees have, it has been intensified. And all the other feelings of Shantarati, of Dasyarati, of Sakhya Rasi, of Vatsalya Rati, they all are there in Madhurya Rati. So Madhurya Rasa is therefore known as the highest of all. Madhurya Bhav, the mood of amorous love, devotees of the fifth type does not only possess all the four qualities that has been above mentioned, but they also serve Krishna with their bodily limbs. And they are known as Sri Krishna's beloved sweethearts, or they are known as Kantas. Okay. Now this is what consists of this bhava. Now further questions are being asked. It's already 11:52. I'll not be able to finish bhav also today. So now there are further questions. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur brings up this doubt, because this doubt is not his doubt, this doubt is ours doubt. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur brings up that if there is a gradation of relish among the rasas, starting from Shanta, because there is a gradation, right, of rasas. In Madhurya, there are all four. In Vatsalya, there are three, and Vatsalya. In friendship, there are less. So if there is a gradation of relish amongst the rasas, would not everyone will be inclined towards this most excellent Madhura Rati? Would not all the Rathas will be deemed worthless? So isn't it a valid question that devotees are asking, and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur will now answer? That of course, we all know that Madhurya Rasa is the highest. So definitely devotees will have this doubt. Then better to have or aspire to Madhurya Rati. Then what is the use of all other Ratis? So here Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur himself gives the answer. He quotes this verse from again CC, and he says, although the nectarian taste of rasa is relished more in Dasyarati than in Shantarati, more in Sakhyarati than in Dasyarati, more in Vatsalyarati than in Sakhyarati, and more in Madhurarati than in Vatsalyarati, still the devotee develops a relish for only one rati, according to his previous aspiration or impressions. So that means if somebody is fixed in any one particular type of rati, okay, that will not degrade him. Means a person who is on Sakhya Bhav and a devotee who is in Madhura Bhav. So the Madhura Bhav will not look down upon someone who is on Vatsalya or someone who is on Sakhya Bhav. Neither Krishna, because Krishna wants to enjoy all the rasas. He is raso vaisaha, right? He needs those variegatedness of all those rasas. So therefore, as per one's aspirations and impressions, one develops a particular type of rati. And that rati, when combined with other objects, becomes a sthai bhav for Krishna and becomes a rasa for Krishna to enjoy, to be pleased with. Okay, so this way Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that yes, there is a gradation, no doubt about it, because a person who is in Ujjwal Rasa, who is in Madhur Rasa, will have all those qualities. But somebody who is on other ratis, their position is also fixed. Their position is also fixed. And that position will depend upon their desire or their specific taste for that, their previous aspirations or their impressions. Now another doubt comes, who will discern the superiority or inferiority of these different types of rati? So who knows? How can we say, first of all, that this is higher and this is not higher? Or how to understand this? So in this regard, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he gives one important thing. He says that, see, a person who has no rati at all, no taste at all, okay, definitely he is not the one who can describe, okay, which rati is superior and which rati is inferior. A person who is having a single rati, single taste, he can also not define. A person who is having a multiple, more than one rati, that person is also unable to distinguish, okay, which is superior or which is inferior. Okay, then who can? Then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that only a person who has matured in rati, okay, who has immersed in that rati, and his rati has been developed into rasa, only that person can understand which is higher or which is not. But again, that higher and lower doesn't degrade a person, doesn't degrade a devotee who is on the lower rasa. It's just a matter that all four are present in Madhurya. Okay, all are present in Madhurya Rasa. But again, I'm repeating, that doesn't mean that somebody on Vatsalya Rati, Krishna will not have that relationship with him, or somebody is on Sakhya Rati, Krishna will not have or will not be very much pleased. Okay. So then who can? A person whose Rati has been matured in Rasa. Only that person can describe. Now, example Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives is of Uddhav. Uddhav was in a mixed state. He was mixed with friendship, as well as he was in the servitor mood, because he knows about the supremacy of Krishna. So he was in a friendship, equality with Krishna, but at the same time, it was mixed with Dasya. Okay. So Dasya Bhav was predominant in Uddhav, and Sakhya Bhav was not that predominant in Uddhav. And Srimad Bhagavatam is the praman that how he actually understood the superiority of Madhurya Ras. How he understood? When he was sent to Vrindavan by Krishna and he met Vrajagopis. So by seeing their love, their overflow of love, he himself was in Dasya Ras, but he could realize the superiority of Madhurya Ras. And therefore, he prayed that let me be the grass in Vrindavan. Let me be a creeper in Vrindavan. And so that I can be the recipient of the dust of the lotus feet of all the gopis. So because he has already matured in his rati, Uddhav has matured and he is on to the level of prem. Till rati, it's only till bhav. This rati, when condensed and mixed with other things, it becomes ras. Till the time anybody who is in rati, whether in one kind of rati or maybe more than one rati, they will not be able to distinguish between the different taste or in between the superiority of other. It can be just theoretically understood, but not practically, they cannot. But those who are fixed in prema, they can very well understand. Those who have fixed in a particular kind of rasa, that means their rati has been matured into prem. They can very well understand that what is the level of vatsalya rasa and what is the level of madhurya rasa. Just like Uddhav. Okay. So this point also Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur clarifies. A person who is completely immersed in one rasa will be able to find similarities and differences between their own rasa and another rasa. Now it's 12 o'clock. And let me see how many more slides I have. And on 168. Okay, we have 5 more slides. Let me finish. Otherwise, this will go on and on. But I will definitely not stop you. If you have anything, you can please carry on. You can leave the call, no problem at all. And you can catch up the recording if you feel like. Even if one devotee stays back, I'll be happy to speak and complete this bhava section. Okay. Okay. So now till the time it's only rati. Now Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says bhava leading to rasa. That means up till now what we were discussing is somebody who is stage on bhava. But now we will talk somebody who has matured in his bhava bhakti. So their rati will be converted into rasa. So they have these, I told you, right? When rati is mixed with certain things, then it becomes a bhav, or then it becomes a rasa. Now, what are these things is vibhava, anubhava, satvika bhava, and sanchari bhava. When all these are mixed in somebody's rati, then that will become a rasa. Example we have already shared before. If I want to make a potato sabzi, the basic ingredient is potato. Without potato, I cannot make potato sabzi. So the potato becomes the sthai bhav. But only putting potato, cutting potato, just boiling it and serving it will not make a potato sabzi to be relished by a person who is hungry. That potato sabzi will be more relishable when it will be added with extra ingredients like all masalas, some ginger, some chili, some spices, some cilantro, or maybe some tomatoes, then it enhances the flavor. And then what the outcome is actually the vegetable, what we called a vegetable to be relished with rice or chapati. So that complete vegetable is rasa. That rasa combines with 5 things. First is sthai bhav, that is potato, definitely needed. Otherwise, that vegetable will not be known as potato sabzi. But all others are also needed, and that is vibhava, anubhava, sanchari bhava, and satvika bhava. So all are needed for the rasa to come out or for the vegetable to be relished. So this also comes under the category of bhava bhakti only. So we'll see this vibhava. What is vibhava? Vibhava means which causes rati to be tasted. Because this rati has to be mixed with all these 4, only then the sthai bhav or the rasa will come into picture. If it is not mixed with our affection, then we'll not come to the level of relishing, or Krishna will not relish the final outcome of it. It can only be relished when it is mixed with all these 4. And out of these 4, the first is vibhava. Vibhava is one which causes rati to be tasted. This vibhava is also of 2 types. Now, all these things from here till the end of the slide, it is not mentioned in Vishwanath Chakravarti's Thakur Madhurya Kadambini. It is not mentioned. He just mentions that these 4, vibhava, anubhava, satvika bhava, and vyabhachari bhava, are needed for a rati to get matured and come onto the level of rasa, so that it can get a sprout of prema in that sthai bhav. A devotee then understands his sthai bhav, and his sthai bhav when matures is what when prema matures. Okay. So this thing is being mentioned by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Now, what I was thinking, that since he has mentioned, so let's get a little glimpse of what is this vibhav, anubhav, vyabhachari bhav, or satvika bhav. What are actually this? So this is from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, but I'm not going into detail because Rupa Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami has described in detail means in detail in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. But I cannot go, otherwise this class will be about Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which I don't want. Let us keep it to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's Madhurya Kadambini only. But we will discuss something, taking some points from Srila Rupa Goswami, so that we can have a basic idea that what is this Vibhav, Anubhav, and what is this Vyabhachari Bhav, and what is this Ashtasatvika Bhav. What are these? So we just want to know about the basics. We'll just scratch the surface, okay? We'll not go down, deep down. Otherwise, it will be too much. So vibhava is the one which causes rati to be tasted. It has 2 features. One is alambana. Alambana is the support or basis of rati, one's eternal mood. So I'm simply reading and going through the slides. So in alambana also, there is a vishaya alambana and then there is an ashraya alambana. In vishaya alambana, the object of love is the beloved. Shri Krishna is the Vishayalambana, because we devotees are lover. We love Krishna. So Krishna is our beloved. So Krishna is what? Vishayalambana. Because the bhakti that resides in the heart of a devotee is set in motion by Krishna, who is the object of that bhakti. Krishna wants to enjoy, right? Our bhakti is, our doing devotional service is to please Krishna. So Krishna is the object of Bhakti Rasa. So what happened in Vishaya Alambana? Alambana means first of all the support or the basis, in which Sri Krishna becomes the Vishaya Alambana. He is the one who wants to enjoy. Right? And the devotees are Ashraya Alambana. Ashraya Alambana is the reservoir of love or the lover. And the devotee is the Ashraya Alambana because the devotee is the abode of bhakti. It's devotee's heart where the bhakti manifests, and that bhakti gives pleasure to whom? Krishna. Now, this is one type of vibhava, that is alambana. Now, furthermore, it has been said, when Krishna shows affection to a devotee, means when everything gets matured and Krishna becomes a sold out servant, then he becomes Ashray Alambana and the devotee becomes Vishay Alambana. Like, for example, out of love and affection, Krishna became Partha Sarathi. He becomes the charioteer, chariot driver, right, for Arjun's chariot. Now, this is such a menial position. Now, here, who is serving whom? If we see, being a chariot driver, Krishna is serving Arjun. So that means Arjun is now the basis. He has become Vishaya and Krishna is Ashraya. So this happens, this exchange happens when there is a deep love. Before that, it's Krishna who is always Vishaya Alambana, and devotee is, or a bhakta is always a Ashraya Alambana. Okay. But when this affection intensifies, when Krishna accepts a devotee and becomes a sold out servant for the devotee, then Krishna becomes Ashraya Alambana and he serves his devotees and the devotees become Vishaya Alambana. Now there is another type of vibhava, that is Uddipana. Uddipana means a stimulus for remembrance. Vibhava is actually which causes rati to be tasted, as Srila Prabhupada mentions, where alambana is the support of one's eternal mood. But Uddipana is a stimulus for remembrance. And what is that? That Krishna's flute, Krishna's footprints, clouds, seeing some material things and remembering Krishna. Peacock feathers, they all are Uddipana Vibhav, meaning they stimulate Krishna Rati. So that is what is. Now there are 4 categories to it. Guna means the Lord's qualities. If somebody is just hearing Krishna's qualities, if somebody's Rati is stimulated, that is Uddipana. Or Cheshta, his adventures. Or Prasadana, his embellishments or his attire. Or his prakina, his miscellaneous stimulants, like his ornaments or his jewels or the cloth or his, like anything you can name it, right? So there are 4 categories to it. In this, Vishaya Uddipana is the object of stimulation and Ashraya Uddipana is the reservoir of stimulation, one who feels the stimulations towards Vishaya. So here Vishaya is what? The object that stimulates that rati in the heart of a sadhaka. Sadhaka will still remain Ashraya only because in his heart only the stimulation is happening by seeing some various objects which is making the remembrance of Krishna. Okay, I hope it is not being too technical. I know it is technical, but just see how much we can grasp and how much we can able to understand. So this is about Vibhav. Krishna himself, Vishaya, the devotees of Krishna, Ashra. Krishna's playing on the flute or any other stimuli, Uddipana, are origins or causes for the compulsive love to Krishna, which is known as Vibhav. So this is what is Vibhav. This Vibhav has to mix with one's Rati, okay, in order to become Rasa. Next is Anubhav and Satvika Bhav. Anubhav is the conscious bodily symptoms manifested by a devotee in expressing ecstatic love for Krishna. This word is important. Anubhav is conscious bodily symptom. We have 2, like Sita Anubhav, without strong bodily movement, like singing loudly, yawning, roaring, breathing heavily, bleeding, swellings of the limbs, drooling, etc. This is Shita Anubhav, means without any strong bodily movement. Srila Rupa Goswami says that this doesn't fall in the category of this material existence. So even in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he doesn't explain further about this. He just mentions this line, and so I have mentioned, but he doesn't go in detail. So even I cannot go. One is Shita Anubhav, another is Shepana Anubhav. Shepana Anubhav is with strong bodily movement, like dancing, rolling on the ground, crying loudly, staggering, hiccups, etc. So this is Anubhav. This also has to be mixed with Vibhav, with Rati, in order to make a rasa. Then comes Satvika Bhav. Satvika Bhav is bodily symptoms, but they are not premeditated upon. Anubhav is conscious bodily symptom. Dancing, rolling means a person who is experiencing these kinds of things, they are conscious that they know. They are conscious that they are rolling on the ground. They are conscious that they are dancing. They are conscious that they are crying. But in Satvika Bhav, it becomes involuntarily expression, arising due to ecstatic love for Krishna. So three different causes of ecstatic symptoms is snigdha. One is moist, ecstatic symptoms in person who love Krishna, instigated by emotion arising from either direct or indirect melo. What does it mean? I will read from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu only because I don't want to speculate any further. So Snigdha Satvika Bhav, what Rupa Goswami gives the example is of Srimati Radharani. That how Srimati Radharani was weaving a garland once of kunda flowers. And while she was weaving a garland, she heard Krishna's vibration of his flute. What happened? She immediately stopped doing her work. She immediately stopped weaving her garland and she became stunned. Now, this is an example of snigdha, bhav, or you can say arising from direct melo. Okay, from direct melo, because she is on Madhurya bhav. So with her direct melo, she has this. This becomes an uddipana. This becomes what is the uddipana? Krishna's flute becomes uddipana, and therefore she became stunned. And that ecstatic symptom of stunned, of being of stamba, arised in her heart, which is not conscious, which she didn't meditated upon, but it was an involuntary expression just by hearing Krishna's flute, because she is in the direct melo. Another example of indirect melo, Rupa Goswami gives that faltering of voice, right? That is also a Satvika Bhav, when one's voice falter. In Srimati Radharani's case, the example was given of Stamba. But here he gives the example that how Mother Yashoda, she rebuked Nand Maharaj when he took Krishna to Mathura. So out of extreme anger, she reprimanded her husband so severely that her voice began to falter. Now this is out of not direct melo, because what is the direct melo of Yashoda, Mother Yashoda? Is Vatsalya Bhav. But this symptom of faltering of voice, or you can say the symptom of faltering of voice happens because of the secondary rasa. And what is that secondary rasa? Krodh, Rudra. She became very angry on, what do you say, Nand Maharaj. So we know that there are primary rasas. We discussed Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Prem or Madhurya. But there are some secondary rasas also, like Hasya, Adbhuta, Veera, Karuna, Raudra, Bhyanak, Vibhatsa. All these are secondary rasas. So when we see the example of Srimati Radharani, it is because of the direct melo. That is because of Madhurya, she heard Krishna's flute vibration, and she became stunned, and her job got disrupted. Like she was not able to make garlands any further. So, but in case of Mother Yashoda, it's not because of a direct mellow, she is in Vatsalya Bhav, but because of indirect mellow of being Raudra, being Krodh, having Krodh, anger towards towards Nanda Maharaj, that she developed this symptom of faltering of voice, that her voice got choked up because she became so angry. Next is Digdha. Digdha is burnt ecstatic symptoms in person who love Krishna, not instigated by direct or indirect mellow. Here the example is given of Mother Yashoda. Again, her direct mellow is that she is in Vatsalya Bhav. But none of the indirect mellow came. But what example Srila Rupa Goswami gives is that once she was lying down and she dreamt. She had a dream. She had a dream that Putana was lying on the ground in a dreadful form. Upon seeing her, Mother Yashoda, she awoke trembling. She awoke trembling. So this form of trembling was there, but it was not instigated by either Vatsalya Bhav, neither by any of the secondary rasas. Because her mind being agitated was on seeing the form of Putana. Seeing that ferocious form of Putana, she got trembled. And then she started searching for her son. All these things happened in dream of Mother Yashoda. So her trembling was not because of not finding Krishna or not able to find Krishna in her dream. Her trembling was to see the ghastly form of Putana. Okay, so this is Digdha Satvika Bhav. Last comes Ruksha. Ruksha is dried up ecstatic form, which seem to appear in those who have no Krishna Rati at all. It's similar to Ratyabhas. They have no Rati, but they show some ecstatic symptom. Okay. Anubhav and Satvika Bhav. Sanchari Bhav we have already discussed. We'll discuss some Ashta Satvika Bhav. Ashta Satvika Bhav are the bodily symptoms, but they are also not premeditated upon. They are also involuntary expression, and they also arise due to ecstatic love for Krishna. So there are 8 ecstatic symptoms. Stamba, stunned, we saw in the case of Srimati Radharani. Shveda, perspiration. Romancha, hair standing on end. Swarabheda, faltering voice, we saw in the case of Mother Yashoda. Kampa, trembling, we also see in the case of Mother Yashoda. Vaivarnya, changing color. Ashru, tears. And pralaya, devastation. These are the 8 kind of ecstatic symptoms. Now here also there are 5 categories of intensity of these 8 symptoms. First is dhumayata. Dhumayata means smoldering or a smoky semblance of all these sattvika vyavahar. Sattvika bhav. They manifest, but they can be concealed by the devotee. Though they are not premeditated upon. They are involuntary expressions. But still when it comes, a devotee can conceal. Example, when Srila Prabhupada was singing Parama Karuna, Bahudui Jana song in Atlanta, tears started rolling down his eyes. He was supposed to give Srimad Bhagavatam session after that, but he concealed and he was not able to give class. He walked by. So it was not conscious. He didn't meditate it upon. But as he was singing, that emotions flow, and that emotions were such that he started experiencing the falling of tears from his eyes. But he could control. So this is one of the intensity. Is dhaumayita means smoldering or smoky. It will manifest, but it can be controlled by a devotee. Next is jwalita or flaming. When 2 or 3 ecstatic symptoms out of 8, when 2 or 3 symptoms manifest simultaneously, but it is difficult to conceal them. This is another type of intensity. Third is deepta, when that burning or shining, when 4 or 5 ecstatic symptoms, they manifest simultaneously, but it is impossible to conceal them. Fourth is Udipta. When 5+ ecstatic symptoms manifest and simultaneously, and they are very powerful, they basically overcome that bhakta, that sadhaka. And last is Sudipta, which again Srila Rupa Goswami says it doesn't fall in the category of material existence. This is the eighth, when all the 8 symptoms manifest simultaneously, which is unattainable by ordinary souls. It happens only in Mahabhav stage, who is on Srimati Radharani or Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Only these 2 personalities are the one who will experience all the 8 symptoms of Ashtasatvika Bhav, and they will come simultaneously together. They will come. But they can be there only on someone who is on Mahabhav stage. That is Srimati Radharani and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Rupa Goswami makes it very, very clear in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Now comes Sanchari Bhav. We have already discussed there are 33 Sanchari Bhavs. Bodily symptoms which express overwhelming ecstatic love, like waves. They rise up, they intensify the flavor, they merge back into the rasa, the rati, or the ocean. It comes like in waves, and it goes up, intensify, and then comes down. So, example is giving, seeing her baby crawling precariously along the edge of a cliff, a mother's affection intensifies drastically, embellished by the flavor of extreme anxiety. But then, as soon as she is able to save the child, it goes down. Mother Yashoda, when she saw Krishna enwrapped in Kaliya's coil, it was an intense distress that was caused to Mother Yashoda to an extent that she fainted. Right? But as soon as she saw Krishna dancing on the hoods of Kaliya, that wave of intense anxiety or intense distress came down and merged into his original Vatsalya Bhav. Okay. So the Sthai Bhav or Krishna Rati becomes rasa. Okay. It will become rasa only when it gets mixed with these 4 different ingredients such as Vibhav, Anubhav, Satvika Bhav, and Sanchari Bhav. So these are like ginger, chilies, tomatoes, spices, extra, what you add to make a vegetable relish to eat. Last slide. Ability to taste rasa. Don't get discouraged with this slide, but it's a fact. It is not true that when Rati awakens in someone's heart, he will be able to taste rasa. The ability to taste rasa depends upon impressions from previous lifetimes. So don't think that Rati will be gone into rasa. It will automatically be converted into rasa. It won't happen because it depends upon impressions from previous lifetimes. That is why it is said that there is a sadhana bhakti, then there is a bhava bhakti, and there is a prema bhakti. All 3 are totally independent bhaktis. Okay. Again, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he gives only the devotees who have desired pure devotion in many previous lives and also in this life can relish the mellow of devotion in their heart. So that means it's not the matter of 1 or 2 lifetimes. It's the matter of many lifetimes. So only the devotees who have desired pure devotion in many previous lives and also in this life can relish the mellow of devotion. Only their rati will be transformed into rasa. If someone, but here Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he gives us a little, a comfort zone. He places us in some comfort zone, and he says, if someone who is free from offenses and who engages in bhajan by taking complete shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Guru, attains Rati in this very birth. That's true. And it is to be understood that it is in some future lifetime he will be able to relish rasa. Okay. Now here the point comes that this Rati, somebody can get even in one lifetime, only by the mercy of Sri Guru. Like we heard today's quote. What was today's quote? That Srila Prabhupada says, because of Sri Guru's mercy, you can still be situated in your Sarup Siddha, in your Sarup Shakti. So someone who is free from offenses and engages in bhajan, by completely taking shelter of lotus feet of Sri Guru, can attain Rati in this very birth. But that doesn't mean that Rati will be transformed into rasa and he can go back to Godhead. That won't happen. Will require another birth for the Rati to be converted into rasa, and then will be able to go back to Godhead. Okay, so a person who is on the bhava level will not be allowed to go back to Godhead until his rati is transformed into rasa. So everything has to be happened in this deha. All these levels we have to cross in this deha only, in our sadhak deha only. Only then we will be able to have our siddha deha. Okay. Then in some future lifetime, we will be able to relish rasa. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur actually describes that it takes few lifetimes. Rati can still come, but don't expect the Rati to transform into rasa in that very same lifetime, because it will take another lifetime. And that too, it will happen by the mercy of Sri Guru. Maybe we can be placed into some other universe where Krishna, where Mahaprabhu's pastimes are happening, and we can become an insignificant servant to experience that pastime. So it's a long way to go, but still Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that at least to the level of Rati, by the mercy of Sri Guru, you can attain in this very birth only. Okay, so we'll stop here. That ends the 7th Vrishti, the 7th shower of Madhurya Kadambini, that is Bhava Bhakti. Krishna willing, we will plan to cover in 2 or 3 more sessions the final one, that is Prema. Again, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has not described in detail, and I will stick to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's Madhurya Kadambini only. Will not touch upon Nectar of Devotion for sure. Otherwise, it will be too much for Madhurya Kadambini class. So we will not touch upon that, but we'll try to cover in 2 more sessions. So thank you all so much for patiently listening, those who stayed back. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for your association. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes, Preeti Vilasini Mataji.
Yeah. Karima Mataji, you want to go first because you raised your hand earlier?
Mataji, you can say after that I'll ask my question. You
Okay,
can go ahead.
I have 4 questions, Mataji.
Krishna.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I'll be able to answer or not, please.
No, they are very simple, very stupid questions, but I'm sure you'll answer them. So, Mataji, when you were speaking about sadhana, sadhaka, you said sadhana begins only after nishta. Did you say that?
No,
Till then, what are we doing?
no, sadhana starts from Shraddha only.
Oh, okay.
I
But
said till Asakti we are on the stage of sadhana. Means through our efforts we can progress till
okay.
Asakti stage. But
Okay.
after Asakti, coming to Bhav is totally mercy of Shri Guru.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand that part. Okay, got it. Okay, first question done.
So
Then
from
second,
asakti to bhava, it's no more a sadhana, it's a mercy.
it's
But
mercy.
till asakti, it's our effort, it's our sadhana by which we can slowly rise up to the level of asakti.
Interesting, right? Mm. So we talk about both endeavor and mercy. So endeavor is there in the initial stages, and then mercy kicks in, is it?
Yeah. Mercy is there in all the stages, but our sadhana is also important. But from asakti to bhava,
Mm,
it's only mercy, it's only kripa.
interesting. Thank you, Mataji. That was helpful. Second question. Initially, I was thinking Rati and Bhav is the same.
Yeah, it's same.
Oh, so Rati is a ray of rasa.
Rati
Okay.
is a ray of rasa. Rati and bhav are synonyms.
Rati and Bhav is synonym,
Rasa
but
is ahead. Yeah.
Rasa is ahead. Okay, let me actually write that down because I'll forget it. Rati and Bhav is same,
Synonyms. Yeah, it's same.
and then comes
Comes
Rasa.
rasa, which is experienced in prema.
Okay. Then the next one is when you said Mahabhav, right? You said all the symptoms are appearing in Mahabhav. And you said it is experienced in Srimati Radharani and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That means Mahabhav is only in Radharani and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? Not in the other queens.
No. Mahabhav is Mahabhav Surupni Srimati Radha Thakur.
Yes, because this question was asked once upon a time, and I thought it was only in Radharani, but the audience said no, it is there in many people.
Chaitanya Charitamrita doesn't say this. I don't know about nectar of
Yeah.
devotion. Chaitanya Charitamrita says that when all the Ashtasattvika Vikar comes, that happens only in Srimati Radharani.
And that is Mahabhav.
That is Mahabhav. And why
Yes.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Because he is in the mood of Srimati Radharani.
Right. So Mahabhav means it is only in Radha. Correct?
Yeah.
So then that statement is right. Okay. Because I was very confused that time
I may
when
be wrong also, but I have not come across. So
okay, when everyone said no, it is there in many of the gopis and many of the queens, I was confused. So okay.
maybe more than 4 and 5 Ashtasattvika Vikar, but all the 8 is present only in Srimati Radha.
Yes, but only when all the 8 is present, we call it Mahabhav, right?
We call it Mahabhav, yes.
Yeah. So then Mahabhav is only Radha.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that. Next. Okay. So I think the last one you kind of answered as you were moving on with the talk was about that means if a person has to take at least 3 births to perfect, right? If at all, where in the very first birth he happens to get Rati. Then in the next birth, Bhava, which is a separate chapter, and then in the next birth, the Prema, probably. I see. So that means we are not even getting Rati. So we have like so many births more. Then why is Bhakti an easy
But
process?
Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that with the mercy of Guru, even in this life, one can attain Rati.
Can attain only Rati, right?
Rati, only Rati.
So that means when we say we go back to Godhead, it appears that nobody's going back to Godhead. That's so sad.
That's why I said don't get discouraged.
I know. We easily say that.
It's not easy. It's not easy because even after getting Rati, you have to go to a universe where you have to get trained in Krishna's Leela or Mahaprabhu's Leela is going on.
And then that means if I am trained in a different, not I, somebody is trained in a different universe and gets Bhava Bhakti, then only the third is Prema. For that, they directly go to spiritual world to experience Prema, or even for that, they have to take a birth.
In that, they have to practice first.
Oh, that means they don't, for Bhav, they don't go to the eternal pastimes of the Lord still. During Prema,
they will go, they might go, but even after attaining Rasa, they have to first get trained and then only they can go.
No, that means, no, my question is, so in that, but supposing they have the universe where Krishna is performing pastimes and they are in Bhava, okay, then they can't, though they are participating in Krishna's pastimes, again they have to take birth to get prema.
Because Rati has to transform into prema, and then prema has to be practiced in some universe. Only then you can go home back to
So
God.
another 2 more universes.
I
So
don't
at least
exactly.
at least twice they have to participate in Krishna's pastimes or what. Okay, but
They
anyway, I
have
think
to come on to that highest level.
I
in
know.
order to
I know.
So exactly how many births, how many universes, I cannot comment upon, because even I have not read 100% this Nectar of Devotion.
But I got a message from an important person who said only one lifetime more. So, okay. 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 Rasa leads to sthai bhav, which is prem. That's the message I get. Okay. So, okay, Mataji, thank you so much. And very interesting class. I'm loving these sessions. Only thing is, it makes you feel like, oh, I don't even have Shraddha properly. What to talk about anything else?
That's why last time also to Vinita Gandharvika, I was saying that don't get discouraged. This is to enthuse us.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Mataji. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Parima Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Very, very wonderful class. Even though it's very, very technical, you explain it very, very nicely, Mataji. It becomes very interesting. Even though we are not at that level, we start getting some rasa because of you.
Yeah, at least
Anyway,
theoretically we should able to understand. That's why I brought up some points
it's
from.
because of you and you alone. But I have this one question, that there have been devotees who have changed the bhav. For example, Narada, he became the Naradiya gopi. Then Shiva also became a gopi. Arjuna also became a gopi. Uddhava also became a gopi.
Kamsa also
So,
became a,
yeah, okay. So then how is it possible to change the bhav?
it's just a temporary thing. It's not their permanent situation.
Oh.
Just a temporary phase.
Mataji, how can something be temporary in the spiritual world? I'm sorry.
Like it's not their sthai bhav.
Okay.
It's not their eternal position.
Okay.
That's how we can understand.
Okay. Then, and there's one more question I have. Suppose like people like me who don't have know their bhav, but suppose it is. I mean, I've heard it somewhere that you usually get the bhav that is conferred upon you by the guru.
Yes. Even
Typically,
Vishwanath
if the guru
Chakravarti.
is in Sakya, you can get only up to Sakya.
Even
If the
Vishwanath
guru is
Chakravarti.
in Madhurya,
Yes,
you can
yes.
get only up to Madhurya.
That's
So, but suppose will it not happen that you could be of a different bhav and you go on by mistake to a guru of a different bhav?
No. Then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that if your impressions are so strong, then your guru will lead you to that Mahabhav person, that devotee who is having that bhav.
Like how this Gauridas Pandit sent, I sent Shyamanand Pandit to Jiva Goswami. Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm going to interrupt just 1 second because I don't want to lose the trail of thought that she.
Mm.
So you mean to say the guru will also be in the exact same bhav, only the disciple will get the same bhav? Or you mean to say if the guru is on Madhurya, okay, and they have the accumulation of all the bhavs like Vatsalya, everything is there in Madhurya. So anything can be conferred on the disciple, either
Yes, as
Ah,
per expressions. Yeah.
yeah. So that
Anything.
means, yeah. So I think it's so possible then. I mean, like a guru
But if
can.
guru is on Sakhya Bhav and the disciple wants Madhurya, then
No,
the
that is not possible. That I understand. But
But if guru is in Madhurya Bhav, then the disciple, even though is in Vatsalya or Sakhya Bhav, the guru will help.
Okay, makes
That's true.
sense.
Okay. So that's how it is. Man, it's like I'm standing underground and I'm looking at the sky, Mataji.
Me too,
And
Mataji.
so many lifetimes
Ask me how much I am struggling to this bhav and prema.
I'm million times worse than anybody on this group. So
Theoretically, understanding is also a challenge for me. Therefore, I
anyway,
said, I don't know I'll be able to answer any question, but theoretical understanding is also beyond myself.
yeah.
Like
Okay.
after coming to Bhava, I'm realizing, well, why I picked up Madhurya Kadambini. And I wish these two things are not discussed.
But Mataji, when the Siddha Day is revealed to you, that is the level of bhava,
That is the
or
level.
it is beyond that?
It's Bhava level only.
So those who attain the Siddha Day, does that mean that they will go back to the spiritual world, or they will
Going
be
back to
trained in?
spiritual world will be only after rasa only, after this Thai bhav, after this prema. But till Rati, yes, once Sadhaka Deha is revealed by the mercy of Sri Guru.
Again, when we say sadhaka, once the thing is revealed by Guru, again it comes from Krishna, but
Yeah,
Guru
yeah,
is the
that's
medium.
what-
Yeah. It's actually a constitutional position that is there with you all the time, right?
Yes.
Okay. One final question, which probably everybody has on this group. Any shortcuts?
No shortcuts. Unfortunately, no shortcuts. Unfortunately.
Okay, Mataji, thank you so much for this wonderful class. So nectarian, but really, I'll have to go through it again because it's really intense. So thank you so much. Unlimited thank yous to you, Mataji, and Danvat pranams to you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Yes, Nitya Narasimha Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you very much for such a nectarian class. So much deep subject, but you made it very simplified. And you all know that today I heard from His Grace Amrandar Prabhuji also. He is here in KKD, and today class he has given on Guru Astakam, and he briefed how Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and he referred Madhurya Kadambini also. So it is a coincidence, and I can relish how the deep subject is. My question is, Mataji, when we can say that we reach to sadhaka stage?
Only after Asakti.
And
Only in
also you
our
gave
stage we
example
can
of
say that we are sadhakas. Up till that, we are aspiring sadhakas.
Oh, this was the question I wanted to ask first. Sadhaka, not something else. What did I ask?
So anyways, till only when we are called as sadhakas, only when we have that rati, we have that bhava bhakti. Up till then, we are just aspiring to be sadhakas.
Okay.
Okay, Nitya Narasimha
and
Prabhu?
especially Mataji, like you mentioned about the devotee in front of Srila Prabhupada, he was rolling on the ground with the tears, and Srila Prabhupada said to kick him and see if still after kicking also if he do not say then he is a pure devotee.
He's not
But
a pure
this
devotee.
sometimes this
Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, sometimes these symptoms comes, Mataji, as you rightly said, like associating with elevated devotees, with their speech or with their talks, or when they are saying the like they are reciting the Bhagavatam slokas, we feel that
Yeah,
that
it's
oh
natural.
yeah.
It's natural. But if it is not arising out of pretendence, then it is good. Then it is chaya rati abhyas. But
But
if it is
normally
not,
after coming, yes, Mataji, yeah.
go ahead.
This how to identify Chayarati and the real one, because
Again, this is
because
not
of,
for others to comment upon, but it is for us. We can know from our heart that these tears are overflowing because of some talks or some bhajan or something we heard about related to Krishna, or it is my pretend. So it's introspective. We
you
have to,
mentioned that.
yeah, not for others. Let others, whatever they do, whatever symptoms they have, fine, all good. We are not supposed to comment, oh, he's a pretender, oh, he has really bhav, oh, this is just a semblance. We are nobody to comment.
Like also like when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to hear from Ramananda Rai and others used to have torrents of rains like Pichkari, so much of. So of course we cannot imitate that, but when we meet some pure devotees or advanced devotees, we get that bhava, or we get into emotional that. But is
That is
that
just a semblance. That is just a semblance.
hmm.
It's not that.
Overall, thank you, Mataji. You nicely covered. It is such a heavy subject.
It's a very heavy subject, Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Mataji. And just to, yeah, before I end, Mataji, actually, Her Grace Manmohani Rajeshwari Mataji also joined, and she's a doctor by profession, and she's connected to ISKCON Temple, Pune, and she would like to join Bhakti Sangha Japa group. So I request one of you to add into the group, Mataji. Thank you.
Sure. Preeti Vilasni Mataji, you can take care of that. Manmohani Vrajurani Mataji, happy to have you. You can share your number.
Yeah.
Or Mataji, you can share the chat. The way you can join the WhatsApp group. Yes, Rati Manjari Mataji, please go ahead.
Krishna Mataji, please accept humble obeisances. Thank you. I have been hearing your recorded classes on Madhurya Kadambini, which I missed initially, and it has been really a overwhelming experience getting into details of bhakti. Thank you once again, and I seek your blessings to progress. And one question was, you had mentioned that Satvika Bhava doesn't come in this world. Like we don't, people don't experience Satvika Bhavas in this world.
No.
That's what you said.
I
No?
said
Material.
I said all the 8 Satvika bhavas doesn't manifest
Ashta
simultaneously.
Satvika.
All those 8. 2, 1, 4, they can.
Okay.
But all 8 together simultaneously is not of this material existence.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you. And blessings are also only from Sri Guru. We all are just the medium to pray. That's it.
Thank you to Bhakti Sangha group also. Thank you to the organizers. Thank you so much.
Yes, last question for today, Manmohan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Mataji, I just happened to be in Mayapur today, and as I actually look forward to your classes, I don't go live, but I definitely see the recordings, hear the recordings, ma'am. But Mataji, this thing is very bothering. Like going back to Godhead is like the way the process, like different universe. We have to go at least after, so it is so difficult. But today, Mataji, I happened to go to Samadhi of Jainendra Prabhu. It is in here in Mayapur only. He was the first devotee in ISKCON. And I read about him that Prabhupada said that he will be going back to Godhead. So, like, he joined ISKCON, and he was the first devotee in ISKCON, and he was the person who helped Prabhupada construct the first Jagannath Rath Yatra. And in fact, the Jagannath Rath was constructed in US by him.
So what
So,
about
like,
his previous lifetimes? Maybe it was his final birth to get that rasa. Right? We don't
and
know.
that was due to the Guru's mercy only, right?
Only, of course, everything will come from Sri Guru's mercy. That's what I said. Krishna's laws can be changed by Krishna's mercy. So this is not something in black and white. This is an ideal scenario that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur describes. Rest, if Krishna's mercy happens, then anything can happen. And we don't know about Jayanand Prabhu's previous lives. He's a Mahabhagavad devotee, maybe in previous lives, and just a small here and there, and he came and he met Srila Prabhupada and done with his job. Done with his
Yeah,
work.
in a very short period, short span of time, because he was suffering from cancer also, and I think he died because of that only.
That is something very external, the cause of dying. But the point is that, yes, anything can happen by Guru's Krishna's mercy. And regarding you said about going to back home, back to Godhead, a devotee, a real devotee will never aspire for that. A real devotee doesn't want to go back home. What he said, what will I do? If I'm happy here preaching and my Krishna is happy, me staying here, so be it.
Okay.
So therefore, the devotee's aspiration is never to go home back to Godhead, but a devotee aspiration is to always make arrangements, Krishna, so that I can never forget you and I can always be your devotee life after life.
Okay. So, like, suppose if we are in a process of, we have not yet finalized our guru, because I am not yet initiated. I am in a process of getting initiated. So, the guru should be like the perfect guru. We should be able to find, or a guru should be able to find us whatever way. So that is the first criteria. No? Without guru, we cannot go anywhere, right?
No. Without Guru, it's not possible. Guru ke bina gati nahi hoti.
But Guru, Mataji, like suppose if we are Srila Prabhupada is also a Guru, but he is not here with us, but we follow him.
But we need a living Guru to chastise us, to guide us, to show us the real path. We need a living Guru. And we are no one to choose spiritual master. Srila Krishna will reveal to us. So pray to Srila Prabhupada, pray to Lord Shri Krishna. They will reveal who will be your spiritual master.
And suppose if we in this lifetime we already have spent more than 75% of our lifetime,
So
and only maybe even if in our last days if we get a guru, and is it possible for us to get 10, 20, 25% of our life is remaining? So is it possible to go get a guru and all these processes complete and go back to Godhead?
Of course. Somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, how long does it take to become Krishna conscious? Prabhupada says 1 minute. You're talking about few years. Even if you get Guru 1 day before you leave this body, Guru will introduce you. He will take care. And of course, our devotional practices, whatever we are doing, will never go in vain. Never ever it goes in vain. Swalpa api dharmasya traite mahato bhayat. Just a little bit, even if you do it, it will be carried forward to next life. So it will add on.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mataji. Dandavat pranam, Mataji. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, dear devotees, it's already 1 o'clock now. So we will stop here. Thank you so much for your association. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhaivacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Vidas Thakur ki jai. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Prabhupada ki jai. All the assembled Vaishnavas ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji, and thank you for the devotees. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji's number I have put it. Kindly add her, Mataji.
Mataji, Prabhuji, can you please send it on my WhatsApp so I can just send the invite directly, because it's a community. I can't add anybody. They have to.
I'll do it, Preeti, for you.
Yeah, just send them the group invite, because we cannot add anyone to a community. They have to come.
Correct. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah.
I did it for you. I've sent you on your WhatsApp.
Yeah, okay. But I need a contact for me to send an invite.
Okay, I'll do that for you.
Yeah.
Mataji's number is there in the group, Mataji, in the message.
Yeah, 00 means it's India, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. We'll do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Because Mataji is also doing Madhurya Kadambini, 3 sessions she has done. So she was telling it will be a great help. Mataji, can you unmute and speak? Manmohani Mataji, if you are comfortable.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Sadhar Pranam to all of you. I have recently joined Madhurya Kadambini class in India and did 3 sessions. So I got happy to have this class and expressing my humble gratitudes and my sincere obeisances that I am getting this opportunity to join this class. Really, thank you.
Who is teaching Mataji in India?
Madhusudan Das Prabhuji. I have joined his class.
Very nice, Mataji. Please continue and let us know if some corrections are made in this class.
No, Mataji, I am not such an advanced devotee like you, so I will learn by you.
Definitely.
And also, all of you are there to guide me.
Just join Bhakti Sangha Japa group, Mataji. You will relish every day. It is every day is a festival.
Yes, Prabhu, I will join. I have clicked that link, but I am not getting the idea where
I
to
think
join.
now Mataji
I
will
have
take
your
care.
number.
Yeah.
I have your number. We'll send you.
Okay.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
Mataji, if you're clicking the link, you have to say view group, and then you click on view group, then only you'll be added. Otherwise, you won't be added.
Okay. I will try again. Once again, I will try.
Oh.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, everybody.